The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Asmodee.
Ask Ken.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the daughter.
And today we are playing Escape, Curse of the Temple. This is by Queen Games and distributed by Asmodee. This is a very intense game.
Yes.
That lasts for exactly 10 minutes. And the reason why it lasts only 10 minutes is because this game actually has a soundtrack, and at the end of the 10 minutes you are going to hear this ancient temple collapse. As you can see, this Indiana Jones type guy is trying to run and the temple is falling down, which is why it's called Escape, the Curse of the Temple. Now, what we are going to be doing is we will be placing tiles out on the table here that will represent the temple. We have our little meeples here. Megan gets to be blue and Dad gets to be green, just like normal. But we have a starting tile that looks like this. Now, this is the entrance to the tomb, or the temple, and it has doorways that lead out those two directions. It also shows you what you need in order to enter into this tile. So you will have those on, you'll have to roll those on the dice. Each player is going to get 5 dice. And Megan, you can show them what the dice look like there.
There's those two, there's that side, and there's the torch, and the cursed relic, and the key.
And the golden idol gets rid of 2 cursed dice, because when you roll the cursed dice, then it is locked and you cannot roll that until you roll at least 1 yellow in order to fix that. So this is going to go into the middle of the table here. And then what we do is we will shuffle up a stack of other tiles and we will place them on either side. Now, the other tiles look similar to this. This shows, this is a gem that we have. Oh, turn it. Okay. The gem, basically, what we have to do is we are going to start with 9 little gems. Megan, show them what a gem looks like. Yep. 9 nice little plastic gems. And what we have to do is, throughout the temple, we're going to find these little icons. And this is what we have to roll in order to place that gem to basically activate the exit for the temple. So in this case, we need 4 keys. When you place a tile into the temple, then the little gray stairway has to match up there. And here's another one. So that's how we'll start. We actually start with 3 tiles. We always start with the entrance, and then we shuffle them up, and then we deal 2 there. Now, a couple other tiles that I want to talk about is this cursed tile. So when we explore, when we are, say, in this tile location here, if we roll 2 running men, then we can choose to explore. And what that means is we take the top tile off of the tile stack and we will place it adjacent like that, okay? But this one is a special tile. This actually has a curse icon. So this is like a cursed chamber. And what that means is then we have to draw from this special cursed deck, okay? This is one of the expansions that's included in the game. The game actually comes with 2, and we're not going to do the other one during our playthrough, but we'll talk about it at the end of the playthrough. So let's look and see what different kinds of curses we have. When these come up, what we have to do is the person who gets this curse is going to have to roll these specific icons in order to get rid of this curse. Some of these are pretty bad. So Megan, why don't you tell us what we got here?
So this one is the trap, and it looks like there's snakes and scorpions, so, you know, snakes.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yep. So you may not enter or discover a new chamber until you fulfill the requirement below.
So that means you're stuck. You can't even leave the chamber you're at. Okay. So let's look at the next one here.
Broken die. Place one of your dice on this card. Retrieve the die only after you have lifted the curse.
Okay.
The mask. After rolling a golden mask, you or the player of your choice in the same chamber as you may re-roll only 1 black mask.
Yeah, that's not good.
Silence. You're not allowed to talk.
Yeah, because this is a cooperative game, so you're going to be talking back and forth throughout the whole video. Or we will be, I should say.
Lost dice. Each dice of yours that falls off the table is permanently lost and returns to the game box.
Yeah, so those of you who suck at controlled rolling dice, well, I don't roll them off the floor. I don't think I've ever had this curse come back and bite me in the butt. I have?
First couple times we played it.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Okay.
This one is the cursed hand. This is my least favorite of them all. You must place one hand on top of your head and keep it there until the curse is lifted.
So what you'll see during the gameplay is you'll see us get these various curses, but I wanted to show you what they were so we didn't have to stop what we were doing in the video in order to explain that. Because this is a video that we are going to actually be playing the game as fast as we can, and we're not really going to be explaining anything as we go. That's why I wanted to kind of give you guys the upfront information. But ultimately what we want to do is we want to look for the exit. And the exit tile looks like this. Now, when we place the gems, what that means is we've got a little gem bank here, and all the gems are going to go on there except for 2. And the 2 are going to be outside of the bank, and they're kind of like a safety net where if we both get locked up, or if one of us totally gets locked up and has 5 cursed dice that we can't roll, we can take one of those and we can reset all of our dice and roll them, but we have to add that jewel back into this bank. But what we need is for however many jewels that we have left in the bank, we need to roll that many keys plus 1 in order to get out of the temple. So if we have say 5 jewels left in our jewel bank, then we have to roll 6 keys to get out. Well, we're only rolling 5 dice, so that's not going to happen. So that's why we want to go and we want to activate as many of these gem activators in the temple that we can in order to get out. So really we want to get rid of all the gems so that we just have to roll 1 key. Now, when one person escapes the temple, they can give one of their dice to the person that's still in the temple to try to help them get out. The other thing is you can split off and you can both explore the temple at your own risk, basically. When Megan and I play this game, we like to stay together because if we get locked up with a cursed dice, one person does, and the other person rolls a golden mask, then you can basically unlock their dice. So we like to kind of stick together. I think it makes it a little bit more easy.
Manageable.
It is truly cooperative because we are working together at the same time trying to do things. Now, the game, like I said, has a 10-minute soundtrack, and so as we're exploring the temple, we're going to hear, in the soundtrack, we're going to hear a gong.
Yeah.
And that's going to mean, get your butt back to the entrance, okay? Because if you don't, then you are going to have to give up one of your dice for the rest of the game. Finally, we will get to, it'll do that twice, and then we need to make sure that we find the exit because we're going to have basically, I think it's a 1-minute countdown from the time that happens to get out of the temple. I think maybe 1 minute. Is that
I'm not
right?
entirely sure, but about that range.
But you'll get the idea whenever you hear the soundtrack. So what we do is when we're going to shuffle up these the tiles, and then we're going to put in a 2-player game, we're going to put the exit tile halfway through the stack. So we know we have to at least get halfway through the stack in order to find the exit. Okay, so let's shuffle up these tiles and we will get ready to play some escape. Okay, so we are ready. We will go ahead and we will start the soundtrack to the game. This game is very intense and can be kind of freaking you out a little bit.
Yeah.
So when it tells us to escape, we're going to just start rolling our dice like crazy.
Here we go. It's like Tower of Terror.
It is.
Which way do we want to go? This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Escape.
Okay, we need 2 running men in order to get there. I got 2 running men.
Oh, I got it. Yep.
Okay, so move your guy into there.
Yep.
So now we need keys.
Got 2.
We got 1.
3.
I got another. We got 4. Let's see if we can get 7. And I'll use that to unlock.
I got 4.
That's locked.
I got 1 locked.
Unlock yours. Unlock.
Unlock if you need.
Okay, unlock. Oh.
Got it. Key. We're good.
We need 7. You got 7?
5, 6, 7.
Okay,
yep.
so put 5 Or two, or no, excuse me, put two. Two's all we
okay.
get.
Two,
Okay, so
okay.
let's explore. We need 2 running man.
Got it.
I got 1, so you're gonna explore that way,
Yep.
and I'll explore the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a curse.
Oh, okay.
So my curse is I gotta put my hand on my head.
Ooh, that sucks.
So that'll clear that.
I've got 2 locked if you can unlock me at all.
Let's see, I need a running man and a
And a
key in order to get there. Let's see, I also need 3. Ooh, crud. I need 3.
You're hosing me up already.
Here's a
dude.
key. Whoops. So let's come over here.
I've got 3 locked up and
Oops.
2 torches. You can unlock me.
Uh-oh. Well, I need to roll some. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I got 4. Oh, there's 2. I'm gonna unlock 2 of mine. Oh no, I got 2
Okay,
more
I can
locked.
unlock 2 of mine.
I can unlock those 2. Come on.
2 torches.
Oh, I can unlock those finally.
I'm
So we need
locked.
torches. Or I
I'm
need
locked.
torches.
I've got 3 torches, but I'm locked.
Go ahead and unlock
Okay.
with those.
I'm locked again.
Okay.
We're gonna not do
There's
so
another
good here.
torch.
I'm not too
Uh-oh.
concerned about
I'm gonna
torches.
unlock my 2
I
dice.
unlocked mine.
Okay, unlock. Or I'm gonna unlock mine. Yours is still
Oh,
locked.
okay.
There's 3 torches. I got rid of that.
Okay, I've
Okay.
got 3 torches. Get another one. You can get a gem. Okay, we got a gem.
All right.
We need to get out.
So that's
because
locked.
it's gonna start closing on us.
Well, let's go ahead and explore though.
Okay, I've got 2 running men. Let's go this way. That's an empty one. If you can explore.
Yeah. Oh, I got rid of my thing. Unfortunately. There we go. Oh, there's
running
a.
men.
Oh, we don't need that.
There's
Okay.
nothing in these.
Okay. So I think we still got time. We can come over here, or we can go over here
Okay.
because we got gems there. Let's see. I need a running man. I think 2 running man.
Okay, I can move in here. We need torches.
There's a running man.
There's
Or
2
2 running man.
torches.
I need a running man and a
Unlock if you
key.
need to.
I can unlock myself. There's a running man and a key.
I've got 4 torches.
Already?
Yep.
Wow.
So there's that.
All right, let's just
I can
explore.
unlock.
I can explore
I
that.
can explore too. Should
Let's
we
go
risk
here.
it?
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
here. So we need a running man and a torch.
There's like a little column. We need to start.
We're okay. Oh no,
Yeah,
you're right.
I was like, get
okay,
back.
so let's need 2 running man.
You're running man and key. Got it.
Okay, so that puts
Come
me
on.
there.
You got
I
running
can get
man.
rid of that. I
You
need a running man and a key.
Yeah, come on, come on.
Uh-oh.
Come on. You
Uh-oh.
unlocked.
I'm running man and a key.
Okay.
But I need to get unlocked here now.
Unlocked.
So I can unlock those 2.
Okay.
I can unlock those 2.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. So
Woo, we did it.
we're back. And you hear the heartbeat.
Good job.
Let's go this
Yeah,
way next.
that's what I was thinking. 2 running men.
Yeah, actually, we can go ahead and roll 2 running men. I got
Got
2
it.
running men.
And
Okay, so
explore.
there we go. And that's locked up.
Woo. 2 running men. I can explore.
Oh,
Let's go.
I can
got a
explore.
curse. Crap.
Ooh, look at that.
I'm trapped, so I gotta get out.
So you can't. Okay.
I've got that already though, so. Do I have to reroll?
You got. No, you've got all of it.
Okay.
So as long as you haven't used them to get there.
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay. So those are clear. I need 2 running men. I got it.
I've got. Oh, we
So
go
we
there.
need. Yeah, I need keys. That's locked. Uh-oh.
I've got.
That's locked. I got 2 keys.
Okay, I'm in there now. Okay, so what do we need?
I need
Keys?
yellows.
I
need-
had yellow. Yellow.
Okay, I'll unlock those 2. There's another.
I
I
can
got 3
unlock you.
keys.
I can unlock
We need.
if you need to.
Okay.
2
I'm locked
keys.
again.
Unlock.
Okay.
I'm locked. Okay,
shoot. I'm totally
4
locked.
keys.
Need
How
one
many-
more key. Uh-oh.
hmm.
All right, keep yours out. Okay. Let's just try to. Oh shoot.
Got a key. 4
I got
keys.
a key, but I need to get unlocked here.
We can do 4 keys and just do 1, if nothing else, if we can't get it.
Oh, I got those 2 unlocked. Hang on. Torches. There's that.
That's 4. So
Crud.
That's
All right.
6.
I know, but
You're not doing so good, dude.
no, I'm not. Oh, I can unlock those 2. I can get rid of
Unlock
that.
if you need
No, I'm
to.
good. Oh, how many keys we got? 6?
6.
We need one more. I'm good.
Got it.
Oh.
How many? 2?
2.
Okay, let's start exploring.
Okay. If you get a yellow, I could unlock.
Okay. Oh, I've got
Oh, I'm good.
I've got
I'm
another
good.
4.
No, I got rid of my running man. Oh, shoot. I can explore here.
I need to drop a die. I gotta get some of this.
We're doing pretty good
I'm
on
good. I'm good on that. Okay, we're good. That curse is avoided. I need to unlock. You can unlock.
I can unlock.
I can unlock. Okay. Where are we going?
Let's go.
Where are we going, buddy? Let's go
Let's
there.
go. Yeah,
That's
we can
more
go here.
gems. Let's go
So
there.
we need a running man. Okay, I'm there.
Got it.
You're there?
Yep, I'm there.
Okay, so we need torches.
One torch.
Oh, crap, no.
I've
Take
got
care of that. I
three
got one
locks
torch.
that
I
you
mean,
can
we
unlock.
need 4 torches.
I've got 2.
All right, I got 2. Okay.
Okay.
So we just put one there.
We
Let's
need
head
to get
back.
I need unlock.
Need running man.
I need you to unlock.
Unlock all of yours.
Oh, thank goodness.
With those 2, I don't unlock mine with that.
I've got.
So we need running man, 2 running men. And we still need 2 running men.
I'm in help. Need help. Need
Okay,
help.
unlock 2. And I got 2 running men.
Okay, I've got 2 running men.
Okay, so now we need a running man and a key.
I
clear.
still need help. Help.
All right.
Help. I need help.
I'm trying. Okay, clear 2.
Okay, I'm good. Whew.
I can get back. I need to
Oh,
clear.
that was close.
So were all your black ones cleared?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm clear. Okay, we only got 1 left in the.
Temple. No, we've got 2 left. Back to back.
Okay,
Got 2 left.
so now we need to make sure. Here, we need to
exit
explore.
too.
Yeah. Oh, crud. So let's go back this way.
2.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Alright, 3 locked
so
up.
good here.
Let's just try to unlock. I'm gonna unlock my 2.
I need help.
Unlock 2 of yours.
Okay, I'm like, I need some help here.
Uh-oh, I got 4 locked. Oh, 2 of mine are unlocked.
Oh, which way are we going?
My 2 are unlocked. We're going this way.
Okay.
So we need a running man and a torch. I got
I
that.
don't have a torch. There we go.
Okay. So now we need keys.
2 keys.
I'm unlocked there.
3 keys.
I'm unlocked
4
there.
keys. Got it.
Okay, I'm exploring. Let's explore there. Uh-oh, I got a curse.
Oh, crap.
My curse is a yellow only unlocks a 1. So
Shoot.
we need to keep exploring. Okay, I'm gonna explore here.
I can explore.
I can get rid of those.
Oh,
Whoops, you weren't there. You got to get there
I
first.
just did that. Okay, I just moved on that turn.
Okay, so I need torches.
Unlock if you need to.
I got 3 torches. That goes away. So I need a running man and a torch. That clears that.
Explore.
That clears that.
Got it in
I
there.
need a running man and a torch. There's a torch. There we go. Oops. So we need 4 keys. We need to find that exit. I can explore. I got.
Exit.
All right, but I got a curse.
You need to get your butt going.
I can't talk.
Dang it. Unlock if you need to. I got it. Just get out. Get out. I don't care. Get out.
All right, I got rid of that.
Good.
So I need a running man and a torch. There's a running man and a torch.
I need a torch.
So we got rid of all the gems, right?
Yeah.
I need
Got
little
it.
keys.
And we
I'm
need
out.
Keys. How many keys?
I'm out.
You
You just need 2 keys.
We're good. With a minute 48 to spare.
Hot dog.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Oh, so
Yeah.
this game is very intense. And what we did in a 2-player game, yeah, you go ahead and stop that, is in a 2-player game, it says you only use 7 gems. We've played this enough that we bumped it up to 9 gems, which is 2 more than what it says you should.
We always bump it up.
But 2 less than what the 3-player uses. So I know we've played with more before. I know we've played at least with 10.
There's
So-
the final. That's that's final.
So
We're good.
here, let them listen to that. You can hear the temple collapsing. Thankfully, we're already out.
Yeah, we're just watching from the distance.
But these here really help because, well, we were able to use 2 there and 1 there and 2 there. So, I mean, that was 5 out of the 9 gems.
Yeah.
So that really helps.
Uh,
But this is very frantic.
gosh, yes.
We tried to play multiples. Oh, hear the heartbeat.
You are dead if you're stuck in that tomb.
Yeah, you want to make sure you are out by then.
Yeah.
So that is the
Oh.
gameplay. So let's talk about. Well, we know who won, so we both get the trophy.
Yay!
So we'll do a small trophy presentation because that makes us feel good. And then, so then after the trophy presentation, we'll come right back and we'll give you our thoughts. All right. I think the most we played of this in one setting was like, I think we
played-
played like 4 or 5
Yeah.
games back to back. It gave me such a headache. I said, no way. This is a very stressful game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, as you saw, but it is very stressful. Now, I have played this with 3 and 4, and with, well, actually, in all those cases, we've all kind of stayed together. In a 4-player game, we had two teams of 2. In a 3-player game, I think we had one guy kind of go off on his own, but he was still close to us. But it is a lot of fun. Megan, so what is it that you like about this game?
I love that it gives you the time restraint. You can't really dawdle and just keep going. You have to go with the luck of the dice rolls. And it's very, as you said, anxiety inducing. So, play with your own health concerns. But definitely it's so much fun. Keep a bottle of water next to you if you can, because I always needed it when we played this game. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, or like you saw,
Oh,
we talk a lot because
you're stressed.
and when you can't talk, that is actually kind of a big big thing.
many curses
we
did
had
we have?
5
5?
curses come up.
I had 2 of them.
You had 2 and I had 3.
Yeah.
But we were able to get those cleared without too much of a problem.
You had the ones I don't like, so that was good too.
Yeah. So, what you can do is you can vary this a little bit. So after you've played a few games, you're probably going to find that 7 gems is kind of easy. Like I said, we normally play a little higher. We went with just 2 extras, and we didn't even need the bonus ones. Basically, I forgot what they called them in the rule book, but just as kind of your get out of jail free card. Now, one of the things I said is this game comes with 2 expansions. So it comes with the Cursed expansion, which you saw us play with, but it also comes with the Treasures expansion. And let's show you what those look like. Okay, Megan, why don't you explain what the different treasure tokens are?
Okay, so that is the Healing Mask. All adventurers may reroll all of their black mask immediately. You may use this treasure only once.
Okay.
Double Torch. This treasure serves as 2 torch icons. You may use this treasure only once. So you can use the treasures only once.
Okay.
Double Key serves as 2 key icons. Teleport allows you to move your adventure figure to any other chamber containing at least one other adventurer. The 2 chambers do not need to be next to each other. Extra Gem.
Whoop.
Upside down. Take a magic gem from the depot and place it on the treasure tile. The gem is considered activated. Keep the tile in front of you until the end of the game. And then Secret Passage, which you have sideways. There we go. Place the Secret Passage so it overlaps 2 adjacent chambers that have no open passage between
That
them.
would be like this.
The Secret Passage can be used by all adventurers until the end of the game.
If you
So
can
yeah, right there.
see that. Now, so what you're going to have is these are going to be a pile just like the cursed
Token.
curse tokens. So whenever you explore and you get one of those that come up, okay, so that one there. So then you place it there. And so what you'll need to do is roll 2 keys in order to get it. You reveal it, you take it, you can use it immediately or hold on to it whenever you need to. Let's talk about the different things that you get. You also get 3 other players in this escape, not to be confused with Escape Zombie City, which I think is only 4, but you also get a red, a black, and a white meeple. Now, the game also comes with little tokens here because you could get so caught up in the game and forget which color you are. So it has the different color tokens that you can place in front of you so you always remember what color you are. In a 2-player game, we don't need to do that because I'm always green, Megan's always blue. The quality of the components are
yeah.
really nice. I mean, that's real thick cardboard. I mean, it's very sturdy. The artwork on these, I mean, it's not that much, but you see like little vines and stuff growing there.
They're all different, all the vine work.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat. I know there are a couple of expansions with this and some promo tiles that you can get. We don't currently have any of those. You don't need to get them in order to have a great game experience because, like I said, you're not going to be playing a lot of this game
In one sitting.
Because you are just going to get fried. Now, after you've played, the game 20 or 30 times and you want to have some variety, yeah, go out and pick up the expansions or go out and get some of the promo tiles and add them in. We've played with the treasures, I think, a couple of times. They're okay. I think the curses is the one to play with there. But the game is a lot of fun. My gaming group They really like it. We play it, or we tried to play it at lunch. But the problem is we usually have a lot of games going at the same time, and trying to hear the soundtrack is not always the easiest thing.
And trying not to get too caught up where you're shouting almost
Well,
at work.
that is true. I will say that the game does come with 4 separate soundtracks that you can use. We used, I think,
The second
track.
one.
Is it the second one?
Yeah, it's track 2.
Okay. There is one where you do not have anything except for the cues. So you hear the guy say escape in order to start. You hear the gongs to get back, and that's it. You don't hear any of the music. The second one I like because it's kind of got the jungle drums.
It's got the eerie Tower of Terror drop at the beginning.
It does, and that really adds to it because it does put you in the game thematically.
Yeah,
it works really
it's a good
well.
theme.
Like I said, this is definitely feels kind of like Indiana Jones.
There's no giant ball chasing you, just the temple collapsing.
Yeah, so there's that. But no, this is a great game. We really like it. We play it a lot. It's probably one of our favorite games of all time. The dice are really cool. That's just kind of a random
just really
thing.
random.
I was just thinking, what else do I need to talk
and your
about?
Dice, man.
I like
I'm
dice.
gonna get you dice for Christmas.
And you know what? And these dice, I mean, look at these a little closer here. I mean, these aren't just these are good. It's not going to rub off.
But see, like when we go to Gen Con and we look at dice, like I get all excited because there's glitter dice and there's purple dice and they're just like dice.
But these dice have things on them, different icons. You're just looking at normal dice. Oh, you and your glitter.
I love glitter.
All right, so that will wrap it up for Escape. Some of you that have been following us on Facebook know that our next game after this is going to be Escape Zombie City, because that will be the first show that we have for the month of October. And what do we like to feature in the month of October, Megan?
Spooky, scary games.
Yes, so Escape Zombie City will be the first one up for that. And
make sure you have your cricket bat.
Yes. And cue up Shaun of the Dead, because we are going to be going through and whacking some zombies. So we will catch you guys next time.
Bye. Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.
And as you can see, this game has been fully Gerberized.